Oh, look. Wants to climb up everything, don't you? Oh. So this is baby Adam. He is now 13 months old. He is very, very, very fidgety. And very heavy as well. So it's a bit difficult to film with him, so I'm going to pass him to his daddy in a minute. But I just wanted to show you guys what he looks like. He's just dropped my phone on the floor. Well done. You say Ada? Ada. Do raspberries? Oh, right. You're going to have to go. Come then. So, I've been wanting to film this video for absolutely ages. Adam is now 13 months. I wanted to do like a bit of a year update for him, so I'll tell you guys a little bit more about his development, what struggles we've had with him, how we've overcome them, and how he is now. So obviously now, me being a mum, I really enjoy watching these types of videos, but also I thought personally it would be quite nice to look back on these type of videos and kind of remember how he was when he was a baby and what he did in the first year of his life. So another thing that I want to address really quickly before I start doing this video, I think it's really important for like mums, and especially mum watching this video, not to compare your child to my child or your child to any other child, because all babies are different. They all develop differently. So whether or not they're doing it at 18 months old or they're doing it at 7 months, it really doesn't make a difference. Babies are just going to be who they want to be. If they're a little bit slower at certain things or they're a little bit faster than certain things, then that's fine. By the time they get to 2, they'll all be doing the same thing. So I'm going to start right back from the beginning of when he was born. I'm not going to tell you anything about my pregnancy, my birth experience. If you guys want to see that, I did do a separate video on that topic. If you want to go and check that out, I'll leave the link right here if you want to do so. So Adam was born at 54 minutes past 12, so literally just before 1 o'clock in the morning, and he had a bit of a dramatic entrance into the world. He was born by C-section. I just remember him coming out and he was just perfect. He was lovely. He had loads and loads of dark brown hair. He still has got lots of hair. So we named him Adam James Sommerville. My husband is also called Adam. It goes back so many generations that the firstborn boy is always called Adam. I personally didn't want to break that tradition because it's been going for so long, and yeah, it's quite a nice boy's name. The first couple of months it took me a little bit of time to get used to calling him Adam, and also my husband Adam. It does get really confusing in the house as well. I always refer to Adam as like baby Adam, so it doesn't get too confusing. So Adam's birth weight was £7.9. He was a very average, healthy baby. He was born just a day before his due date, so he was pretty much bang on time. And he was in the 50th centile when the health visitor come around to do all his checks and everything. He didn't really lose any weight at first. I know it's quite common for babies to lose maybe 10% of their body weight when they're first born, but Adam didn't lose anything because he was exceptionally hungry. He just wanted the milk all the time, and I really wanted to breastfeed him at first, and I tried so hard, but it just didn't happen for us. There was just so many different things that just wasn't working. So it obviously took a while for me to get my milk in because I had a C-section, and obviously I was in a lot of pain from the C-section as well. He wasn't latching on. He would either fall asleep or cry, and he took to the bottle so well and so easily that it was just kind of like natural for him to have formula. But I did do a little bit of expressing in the hospital, so I did get a little bit of the colostrum. I think it's like the first bit of milk, isn't it, before you get the normal milk that comes through. So I feel good for giving him that, and I did express for a little while and obviously topping it up with formula. But again, me having the C-section, I was just absolutely dead to the world. I just switched completely to formula, I think within about a week of him being born. So the first 5 weeks of Adam's life was quite traumatic. I was obviously recovering from a C-section, so I was in a lot of pain, and also Adam was really, really unsettled. We couldn't work out why he was so unsettled. He just wasn't sleeping, and he was just having so much milk, like it was just unbelievable. But I would say on average during the day he was having bottles like every 1 to 2 hours. Honestly, it just wasn't even touching the sides with him. He was just so hungry. I tried to stagger out his bottles, do it sort of like every 3 to 4 hours, but it just didn't work. He would just honestly just be really unsettled until he had his milk. So we actually took him to a paediatrician when he was 5 weeks old, and obviously we told her the situation with him, that him just being really unsettled, that he wouldn't sleep, obviously drinking a lot of milk. So she weighed him, and he was just over 5 kilos at 5 weeks old, so he was pretty much about 12 pounds. So he had put on a lot of weight weight in 5 weeks. That's just how hungry he was. He just wanted the milk all the time. And I actually added it all up to tell the paediatrician how many ounces he was having over a 24-hour period, and it was something silly like 35 to 40 ounces of milk, which is just unbelievable amounts of milk. He was just continuing to be quite unsettled, and then it got to a point where I was very fortunate to have a private midwife that come and help me, like telling me what to do with him basically and what sort of milk I should be using, because obviously as first time mums you don't have a clue. And as soon as she come in, she literally swaddled him up, and it was like someone had just clicked off a light switch with him. He slept, and it was just unbelievable the like dramatic difference it had on him. She told me to use the hungry baby milk, which I did, and that made so much of a difference. Like, he was having feeds every 4 hours, and he was sleeping through the night from about 6 weeks old. He was going from about 10 o'clock at night till 6 in the morning, which was really, really good. And then he was having 5 6-ounce feeds during the day. Then as he got older, obviously I increased the amount of milk I was giving him again, because he was just guzzling the milk. Now, this might cause a lot of controversy. If you guys are members of the mummy police, then please don't come for me, because I really don't want any backlash from this video. But I actually weaned Adam very early. I weaned him when he was 3 months old. Some people think that's unbelievably early, and it is early, don't get me wrong, but I didn't do it off my own back. This was from the advice that I had from a professional midwife, and obviously when we were all babies back in the day, we were weaned at like 3 or 4 months. So I know it's different now. I know you're not supposed to wean your baby until 6 months old, but again with Adam, I just think he was just in a different league to other babies. He was just exceptionally hungry, and honestly the difference that it had weaning him so early was so much more settled. He still continued to have his milk, and it wasn't like I was giving him, I don't know, a chicken dinner at 3 months old. I just started on baby rice, so I was giving him a little portion of baby rice during the day, and he continued having that until he was 4 months old. And then I just increased the amount of food he was having, so I started on baby porridge. I also gave him mashed pear, mashed apple, which he really, really liked. And then when he got to about 5 to 6 months old, that's when I started introducing things like chicken and vegetables and things like that. So over a period of time, I just really slowly started introducing the foods and upping the meals basically. So as a result of that, obviously he cut down on his milk, but he was having like breakfast, lunch and dinner when he was like 6 months old, which was really, really good, I think. So he was definitely getting all the nutrients that he needed. So I spoon fed Adam, obviously because I weaned him earlier at 3 months. I didn't really do the whole baby-led weaning thing until he got to about 6 months old, and then I started introducing finger foods. He was a little bit slow at first, I think because he was so used to being fed with a spoon. It took him a little bit of time to understand that the food in front of him he could pick up and eat himself, but obviously now he's got no problems. He has toast for breakfast, and he has like sandwiches for lunch and that type of thing, so he feeds himself really, really well now. And the only spoon feeding that I do is in the evening when I give him like a proper dinner. He'll have like a cottage pie or a lasagna or anything that we're having basically. I'll just make a small portion for him. So I don't know whether it's something to do with weaning him early. He is just not a fussy eater at all. He absolutely loves anything and everything that I give him. So I'm very, very lucky with him that he's not a fussy eater, and he just kind of gets on with whatever we put in front of him basically. So Adam has actually slept through the night from about 6 weeks old, and now his bedtime is 7 o'clock. He normally sleeps through till about 6:30, which is really, really good. Sometimes he would wake up at about 4 or 5 o'clock, in which case we'd give him a bottle, and he'd normally go back to sleep till about 7:30, 8 o'clock. He's having 1 nap a day. He started transitioning from his like 2 naps to 1 nap. He was about 11 months, I think. So now he's having 1 nap a day. He goes to bed about 10:30 in the morning, and he wakes up probably about 12 o'clock. He has a good like hour and a half, and then he's up, he has his lunch, and then in the afternoon like we go out, we do things, and then we always make sure we're back home for like 5 o'clock so we can give him dinner at 6, and then obviously give him a bath time and put him to bed for 7. So Adam's got 8 teeth. He's got 4 up top, 4 at the bottom. He's also got his 9th tooth, which is his bottom molar, that's coming through. He's been teething that for quite a while. It's kind of popped through the side but hasn't come up the top yet, so we're still waiting for that one. So you probably noticed from the clip of Adam earlier that he's got an incredible amount of hair for a baby. Everyone that we meet always comments on his hair and just says like, how much hair has he got? He's actually had 4 to 5 haircuts, I think, so far in the first year of his life, which is unbelievable. He was born with a lot of hair as well, and he didn't really lose too much of it. He just lost a little bit around the sides, but he kept the top part of his hair and also the back, and it just like new hair grew in and kind of like filled in the bald patches, and it just got incredibly thick. Fortunately, my mum used to be a hairdresser, so she cuts his hair quite often, but yeah, it's just a need of another haircut at the moment. He just grows so quickly. I was born with a lot of hair, so I think he probably got it from my side, although I think Adam was born with hair as well, so 2 of us combined, he was always going to have a full head of hair. So he weighs now probably about 27 pound, 28 pound. I can't remember the last time I weighed him. I need to go to the health visitor to get him checked again, but the last time we got him weighed and measured, he was in the 98th centile, so right up the top, which was incredible really, because he was only the 50th centile when he was born. And I don't know whether obviously him being so hungry and drinking lots of milk back then, and like it just contributed to the fact that he just grew and grew and grew. He's kind of slimmed down a lot. There was a period of time where he wasn't really moving about because he wasn't at the crawling stage, and he was quite a chubby baby, but now he's slimmed down a lot. I would just say he's quite average. So now for Adam's like physical development, he was always like a city baby. I know that sounds a bit weird, like he never really was on his feet much. He always wanted to sit, and he sat up quite early. He was around 4 to 5 months when he started sitting up like unaided, and then like properly sitting up, for like from getting like to the crawling position to sitting. By the time he was like 6 months old, he was rolling over at maybe 4.5 months, I think he started rolling over, and then from there it just kind of progressed on to like crawling. He started crawling about 7 months, and then he started pulling himself up and cruising, and now he's just taken, well, about a few weeks ago he started taking his first steps, so he's still really wobbly on his feet, but he's still crawling the majority of the time because that's how he gets from like A to B. So Adam is also like obsessed with throwing things at the moment. He loves banging toys together, like to see like what kind of noise they make, so anything like pots and pans he loves, anything that makes noise. He loves his ball pit. He throws things along and like runs after, like, and crawls after them, catches them and then throws them again. He likes pushing and pulling things along. He loves like basically anything that moves, so like a tractor that moves or a little car that moves or anything like that he loves. He also is obsessed with books. Like he loves books to the point where one of the books, which is his favourite book, is just literally ripped to shreds. He's getting really clever now. Like you ask him where the elephant is in the book or where the lion is in the book, and he points to them, which is really cool. He points to like noses and eyes. Yeah, he's kind of got his favourite TV programmes as well that he really loves. Like he's really trying to talk now, which is really cute. Like he's saying mama, dada, ball, door, he started saying. He tries to say his name, like we go Adam and he says Ada. He has also got this little thing, like when he gets excited or when he wants your attention or when he wants to show you something, he's like, ooh, and it's like really cute. But yeah, he's just really cute like that. So I would say he's kind of like on where he should be with like the whole speaking thing. He's always been quite vocal. I think he'll be a right chatterbox. He's also got the funniest sense of humour as well. Like he could find the littlest things so funny. Like I was giving him a yoghurt the other day and he was just finding it hilarious that I was feeding him a yoghurt, and I have no idea why he was laughing, but he just found it funny. I'll try and insert a clip here so you guys can see what he's like when he laughs, because his laugh is like a really dirty chuckle. It's so funny.
It goes tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. It goes tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Tick tock, tick tock.
He loves laughing, loves smiling. It's just a really kind of happy baby. He just loves being played with. He loves interaction from other people, and yeah, I can't really praise him enough, really, can I? So another thing that he started doing recently is blowing raspberries. So like we tell him to blow a raspberry and he blows raspberries. We also do the kissing as well. It's really funny because he doesn't know to kiss with his mouth. He kisses with his forehead. So like when you say mummy kiss or daddy kiss, like he bangs his forehead on your forehead and he thinks that's a kiss. So that's quite cute. He's also obsessed with anything like electronic. I think most babies are. So like mobile phones, remote controls, computers, anything like that, he would just go nuts for. Like, he tries to grab your phone out of your hand, or he tries to grab the remote, and yeah, we just had to hide things up like in a high shelf so that he can't reach it, because yeah, he would just like smash your phone to pieces or smash the remote to pieces and things like that. So yeah, he just loves anything electrical. So guys, that is the end of this video. I really hope that you enjoyed watching Adam's first year update. If there's any questions you want to ask, just feel free to leave it below and I will answer some of the questions. I hope I've covered everything, and if you guys would like me to continue doing these type of videos, then just let me know again in the comments and I can do that. Again, I really hope that you enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and also like this, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!